despite the horrendous injury crisis, we've actually been on a pretty good run of form. Unfortunately, a loss to Spurs has kind of really, really ruined our chances of European football. There is a very slim chance, and when I say slim, it's like 1%, and that's if things change dramatically, which, I mean, it would require me reading the rules, but, well, I'm not going to do that. So let's go play Chelsea in the final game of the season. Here, welcome back, episode 64 of Oldham to Ohm. And yes, having a look at our schedule here, our form has been pretty good since the double loss to Southampton. We beat Brighton 2-0. Despite having Krisic sent off in the 27th minute, we really rallied and came back, and Rajic got his first goal for the club as well. A 1-0 loss to Man City was a bit gutting. Probably should have scored a goal, but they probably should have scored two. Lucas Bergstrom with a 7.5 there, which was excellent. We then decided to get some revenge on them and play Main Road, who play at, I don't know, it must be like on the road where Man City's old stadium was, because that used to be called Main Road, I think. Bridgeport scored seven goals, so good for them. I mean, it's just a confidence boost, which worked because then we beat QPR 2-0 and plunged them into the championship with relegation. Somewhere in between here is where Bergstrom got injured. I think, I can't remember exactly where, but so Raul Maida came in, kept a clean sheet, which was excellent. He did concede a goal against Leeds United, but we kind of had the game wrapped up there too before that happened anyway. But still 6.9 is pretty impressive. Spurs was just a bit of a capitulation all round from everyone. I mean, it was good we got back to 1-1, but then we just, and Maida didn't have a great game. But, Luton Town 4-1. Disappointing that we conceded there, but the game was, like I said, all wrapped up 3-0 before they scored, and then Alexander Bushball getting a late, I was going to say consolation, but it's not a late fourth goal. So good one there. And then we have Chelsea today. And so the reason why I say our chances are very, very slim is because I don't know what's going to happen in the FA Cup's been played, and Wolves have actually won the FA Cup. There it is, 2030. So the FA Cup's been played. Wolves have won, maybe Liverpool. Now, I don't know if that means we're going to get some sort of knockdown here. I did get a news article about coefficients being changed. I don't know. I think that's for next season. Probably if it happened this season, it'll be for next season. England's going to get 5 Champions League spots, which obviously means we'll get a Europa League and it'll lock down. So we could be in a European spot for next year. But Man City have got the Europa League here because they won the League Cup. So, and I can't see them. I mean, they could finish in 6th, but maybe then they get Europa League, and I don't know, it's very, very slim. I don't think we're going to get anything. We're going to beat Chelsea first, who, despite being intense, are no mugs. So we should probably just get into the game. Just get in. We've got Maida in goal, Musa, Jimenez, Camego, Lanz, Heze, Signoni, Ida, Chukwuemeka, Sorensen, and Bushball up front. Justin Janusek is coming back from fitness, but we're not going to risk him. Rajic doesn't make the bench. We want to give a couple more game time to some of these players here. Let's get into it. We'll do this one and we'll go through the season review and whatnot once we're done. But we've got our first highlight, 34 or the 35th minute of the game, and it is Chelsea in their sort of off-white beigey kit, but we managed to nick the ball, and Bruce Ball now dropping deep again, finding a link-up player. It is Signoni to Chukwuemeka, Musa with a cross in, but it is headed away by the Chelsea defence. Signoni now, and Chelsea managed to extinguish that attack, but Oldham regather the ball, and is Musa now the right back. Can he get a good cross in? It's deflected. Mendy almost makes a meal of it, but Chelsea managed to play their way out of the ball past Chukwuemeka. And there was a ricochet, but looking good. We look good from that one highlight. We'll encourage the boys as we get another highlight in injury time in the first half now. Scoring now would be, amazing. Chukwuemeka, Jimenez, Camargo. We're trying to extend Camargo's loan. Porto don't want him to loan. Chukwuemeka against his former club. Carney Chukwuemeka has scored. Get in. I love it when he scores against Chelsea. If you haven't heard the story, about Karani Chukwuemeka. They terminated his contract. And so he was just sitting there on a free. I'm not sure if we can have a look in his... so yeah, we picked him up for free in the... it was the middle of the season because he hadn't played for Chelsea. Does it say? Released on a free on the 31st of January. So we picked him up a couple of days later. He wins the FA Cup with us, Community Shield Europa League, scores the winning goals in the FA Cup, might I add. An absolute legend of the club that he has become. So great stuff there. So we're still sitting 8th. Man City must be winning their game. I think they're playing Villa, actually. Obviously, as I try and change that, we get a highlight. It's pretty standard that happens to me all the time. Jimenez on the ball. I'd love a win here would be great. Despite the fact we're not Karani Chukwuemeka, he's won a penalty now as well. He has won a penalty as well. Pretty sure he has. We do the long penalty review thing. We've done it. Adam Eder will probably take it, I reckon. He's got it. There's a little bit of processing issue, but 15th goal of the season for Adam Eder. And we are 2-0 up. That is what I'm talking about for a final game of the season. Despite the fact nothing to play for really for both teams, as I am going to... No, see, every time you go to click on that, it just goes, no, actually, I'm just going to highlight now so you can never see it. I suppose if I pause the game, I could get around it that way. But it's more fun this way. It's kind of like some sort of roulette as... Chelsea now trying to get back into the game, and they do through Kai Havertz. I'd be annoyed if it was 1-1. Yeah, that would really annoy me. Right. No. I didn't pause the game again. Marco now. Signori. Can we get another goal here to put our lead back to 2 goals? Hopefully. Jimenez. That's a poor pass. This is probably going to lead to a goal, because how many times does a poor pass lead to a goal? Or a poor clearance, and we still haven't... Now, I'm thoroughly annoyed now. Okay, neither team has anything to play for. So finally get to look at the latest scores between City and... So they're beating Villa 2-0. That's not good for us. It doesn't matter because we're drawing at the moment. We've slipped down to 9th. We're definitely not getting anything now. I am going to make some substitutions as well because Sorensen isn't playing pretty well. He's had a little bit of a run in the first team. Get him out. Camargo, Alans. Let's get Benny Couto on. We'll just do the 2 for the moment. Chelsea with a corner here. If they score again, we would have thrown away a 2-goal lead. That'll be absolutely kill me. That was close. Ball goes out of play. We've demanded more from the boys. Like I said, I don't go to 64. We finish in 8 because City are beating Villa. It's a nothing. It's a nothing all round. It's a dead rubber. Call it what you will. Let's get some other players out here. Let's get RC out here. Chukwuemeka has had a good game. We'll get him off as well. And Signori as well. Lafifi can come on in. I was going to say his last game, but he's actually moving to us permanently in the summer. So I thought we were going to finish it there. We've made a few changes. Camargo couldn't get the header on target. Made a few changes, gone attacking. All that kind of jazz to see if we can, score a goal, essentially. Musa now. He's probably going to go through a long throw-in. Why are you wasting time, my friend? Camargo. Jimenez now. Oh, look. It's another headed clearance that we haven't managed to deal with. That is so goddamn frustrating. How many times have we seen defenders heading the ball and we just... How many goals have we seen that is a poor pass that leads to a goal or a poor headed clearance? I mean, generally, I guess that's how goals are scored, but I mean, it's frustrating every single time. Kai Havertz gets a freaking hat trick. No. I don't like what I saw. Disappointing. 9th. Wolves have won the league. So in the last 3 years, we've had Newcastle twice and Wolves once. Crazy. Newcastle fell off an absolute cliff. Look at this. Absolute cliff. We didn't do too badly, to be fair. We hovered about where we should have been, but we probably finished a bit higher than we did at the start of the season, which was decent. Musa gets in Team of the Year. Schwein Steinwasser beats out Bruce Ball for Young Player of the Season, but we'll probably go to the season review now and check all that shenanigans out. The board have announced the budgets, 1.3 million in the wages and 50 million, which I think 1.3 is about what we're paying at the moment. If I can click on finances, no. So we're committed spending, so we've got 100,000 in there. It's a couple of decent players, maybe 50 million. And now I'm not sure if that includes Lafiti coming out for 50. How much is he coming out for? Transfer offer, is that in there? Maybe we just go to transfers instead. For 20 million. And Keiki as well, which I'm a bit near on. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we signed this guy, Jose Bellman from Real Madrid, centre back, 22, Spain. Spanish. I like his height. He looks pretty decent. Can definitely improve this team. He's not the centre back I wanted, but he is one that I would like. Just click on the World Cup there. Some players called up for the World Cup. Lanners, Barrett, Ida, Signoni, Camargo, and Galvez as well. Gary Sanders has been called up to the Australian squad and Nicholas Mickelson to the Thai squad. So Thailand are in the World Cup. Good on you. Right, let's get to this end of season preview. Preview. What's a preview? It's a review. Welcome to 2030, where Wolves have won the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Super Cup. I did mention they won the FA Cup, but they've done a treble. So bizarre. Not to mention that they had won the Champions League the year before. I think that's probably the most bizarre thing. Although winning the Premier League is quite bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Like a team like Wolves win the Premier League. Because it's very out from left field. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen something similar like that. And if you haven't, or if you have, subscribe to my channel because I don't think I've said that yet. And don't forget the like button as well. We are here, end of season review. We haven't won a trophy. Boo-hoo. New arrivals come in. So the no Europe thing next year is going to be frustrating, but new arrivals, Rennie Galvez came in for 1.8, which is an absolute steal, considering he is now worth somewhere about 15 million. 37 appearances for him, 15 goals. Not bad. Robson Brown got signing of the season, though, with a C+. Very weird. And it caught 14.75 million. Fairly decent. We'll get a lot more game time next season. As you can see, he is improving quite a bit. Ramon Arce, same club as Galvez, actually. No, they didn't. Because this club's in France. They didn't come from France. There's that little bug where these guys have a French national. I don't know what that is. Anyway, he came from Rosario Central. He wasn't pretty good. Definitely more than C. Raul Almeida, give him a D. Annoyed. The wages are fine, but he's terrible value for money. Well, guess what? I'm going to pay $9 million to sign him permanently because I think he is decent. Camargo gets a C. Bit of money spent on him. Like I said, trying to get him back. Stephen Sorensen, he gets an A+ by the board and he's not signing the season. Okay. He only scored 1 goal. Is that 1 year? Bit injury plagued. First season, we'll give him that. Rajic, 4.9, fairly decent. And Keiki, 17 games, but I'm about to actually sign him on a permanent too. Transfers out, Foster, Weren't happy with Ashby. He's never going to make the grade. Billy Gilmore, yeah. Jamie Roche, Bill Hart, but he went out on loan. Baptista D, yep. Joe Bellingham, C minus. Sosa. I mean, I got 14 million for Sosa. Oh, no, 8. That's it. There's a lot of other sort of fringe players here. Let's go and have a look at the results. So the ball gave me a C plus for finishing mid-table, which is what they wanted. So disappointed. Champions League, we get a B for that. I think we did pretty good going to the round of 16. So I have a feeling that AC Milan have actually, no, it wouldn't have been, they're in the final against Juventus. So we have been potentially knocked out by the team that go ahead and win the Champions League. Super Cup, we were runners-up against Wolves. FA Cup, B minus from the quarterfinals by Southampton, which I feel like we should have done. We could have done a lot better in that. And Carabao Cup, 4th round to Arsenal. So a bit of a middling season, I feel. 6-0 win over Southampton. That was crazy. Match to remember, and goal of the season was in the Champions League. Clubs are at 3.5 stars now. Broadcast revenue down, corporate hospitality down, match day commercial down. Weird, because we're in the Champions League. Shirt sales, we're getting some sales in. Oh yeah, how we lined up. Lanz, Camargo, Jimenez, Musso, Bergstrom, and goal. Jose, Signoni, Ida. Still annoys me that assist is first on this column here. Fix that, because it's annoying. Fans player of the season, Adam Ida. Young player, Bruce Ball. Signing, Robson Brown. Goal of the season, Lanz. Bruce Ball, Barrett. Hasek, man of the matches. Interesting. Chucklemenka, 7.1. And any competition awards? No club or records. History in the making. Yeah, okay. And the undynamic timeline. And there we are, players inducted into the overall best 11. God, Callum Jones is in here still. Actually, he's technically still at the club. George Dowling. Oh, I forgot about George Dowling. You retired at 29 after leaving. And Brian War is still in here. He is still at Falcoik. And Mitchell Roberts is at AFC Wimbledon. I mean, these guys led us all the way up the league, so we can't sniff that. That reminds me as well. Players on the bench. Lucas Bergstrom, Richard Foster, Luke Matheson, Omari Patrick, who retired at 31 after playing 99 games for us. Bridgie. Bridgie. Going well at Paris FC, who are now actually an affiliate of ours. I couldn't turn that down. Hottie as well, retired at 26 after we let him go. And Okunbiri retired at 33 after plundering some goals in Nigeria after being, what a signing for us he was. Brilliant stuff. Which reminds me, naming the game, Wonder Kids, Hayden Bland, you retired. We had to let you go, you retired. So if you want a new player, let me know. I will sign you up right away. Niz, you are still on the in the squad, but I have a feeling that you are probably not going to make it. Where are you? Here you are. You're probably not going to make the cut. You're 2 stars at the moment, so your contract actually runs out, so you're going to be released. We'll follow your career. I have a feeling you will probably make it. Anyway, best 11. Yeah. Season review. Where are they now? All that kind of. How the sport is going. Hardcore, core, and family are up. Club expectations for next season. Anyway, yeah. Oh, we're going to build a new stadium. Mid-table challenge for the FA Cup. We'll accept that. We'll do that later. What a break. Where should we go? USA, Germany, Austria, South Africa, Scotland. I feel like, where did we go last year? Let's go South Africa. That sounds cool. Yep. Crystal Palace are going to sign Ryan Gravenberch. He's 28 and he plays for Montpellier. Just a tip, if you're starting out Ryan Gravenberch by Munich, they never play him. You can pick him up. Just a tip there. We probably don't need him. I don't know. We'll see. There is that. That is that. Let's go and have a look at the squad planner. It's always a long video, these last ones, at the end of the season. Having a look at goalkeeper, Lucas Bergstrom. I'm not 100% sure on Lucas Bergstrom. We do have this guy as well. I forgot about him, but I don't know if he's actually much better than Bergstrom. Better shot stopping. Yeah. How much did we sign him for? 3.8 million, and then he went out on loan and played okay. Yeah, I don't know. So that's going to be a tough one. We'll see what that is. We've got Magnus Norman as well, but he's 33. I'd like to keep him as long as we can, and we've got Raul. So I think a goalkeeper, and we look to move maybe like a Bergstrom off, or he sits on the bench with Eunice there. Right back, we're pretty good with Musa and Bruss, happy there. And we've also got Ortega, who will start to push into the first squad very, very soon. Left back was sorted. We've got I don't understand because I changed these. But anyway, we've got Lanz, we've got Chris Kelly, and Benny Couto as well, who is our only trained at club player. 19 goals, hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League, but 250 appearances for Oldham. What a champion. Centre-backs, this is probably where we are a little bit weak. We're obviously bringing in that kid from Real Madrid. Why is Calvin Phillips on this list? I don't know. This guy here, Bellman, which could be then we are. And we've got Vladimir Vasquez, but he probably needs a bit more time as well. And a few of sort of the fringe centre-backs is where we excel in. So this definitely needs some work here. The midfielders, pretty happy here with the likes of Krisic, Signoni. We've got Matthias now. Vasquez, Lafiti as well, and we're training what's his chops, Rajic here as well. So the player that could miss out here is probably Santiago Heze, our captain. He is the one who's not quite up to scratch there. Out on the right, I should really fix it up, but I can't move on. Christos Gorio has got his work permit, so he may actually come back and actually play some games for Oldham, being on the books for 3 years. So we'll see how that one goes. Sarmiento, we're going to move him on. Obviously, I keep saying we're going to move Barrett on. We've got RC as well. Sorensen's been the man to play out there as well. So maybe there, I don't know. Shadow Striker, we've also got Chucklemenka. Giorgio can play there as well. And we've got Hasek, Signoni. So we've got players that can move up into there. That's not a problem. And out on the left, we've got Adam Eder, who is 28 now, 29, sorry. And obviously, probably a bit weak on that left, actually, although we might try and look to bring some of these guys here, Beresford and Williamson, sort of get them into the squad, although we don't have to worry about European qualifications next season. Still hurts. Up front, we've obviously got Bruchball and Calvez there as well. Luka Klanik is still at the club, but 24 years old, he's listed, probably not going to stay. So yeah, a lot to do. We've also got Dusan Lazic as well. Probably move him on and make some money. We're going to move some of these players off as well, like Sally as well. Keiki, that's a dud signing, but yeah. So I definitely think goalkeeper and defender is the priority, and that's the priority that I'm going to do. They're the ones I'm going to make a priority. And we've obviously got an art and dev centre here. We've got Sean Grundy. We've got quite a few players who look pretty good, especially from our youth intake here. I was really happy with Brandon Ward, the right back there as well. Kevin Fish, the goalkeeper, looks fairly decent. But guys, we are going to end the episode there. That is the end of our third season in the Premier League. If we go back and have a look at the our first season there, missing out on relegation. We were very close that season, if you remember. Can we see that? No, that's this season, man. But we won the FA Cup getting into the Europa League, which was amazing. We had a great run of fixtures towards the end, which saved our bacon. Last season was a lot better, where we finished 8th. We qualified for the Champions League because we won the competition. The Europa League. We won the Europa League. And then, so this season they're finishing 9th. It's about the same. So we are improving, sort of leveling off. Next season we need to make this jump to be definitely up and around these top sort of 6 spots. So guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to spend some of this money and improve the squad, get rid of some players, and hopefully we can challenge for a European spot next year. Hope you guys have been like, I enjoyed that video. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.